Hey everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin for Beginners. So, just by looking around on social media lately, I know a lot of y'all have been acting very recklessly, getting greedy, and participating in all these different initial coin offerings, otherwise known as ICOs, just throwing around money trying to strike gold. And in the process, some of y'all might have fallen into some traps and gotten scammed by opportunistic people who just pretend to have an ICO but actually don't have anything. And so basically, you just bought a bunch of coins that are worthless. So today I wanted to put out a video on how to spot ICO scams. And there's several different things you want to take into consideration before you can make an educated purchase of their new coins by sending them either Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other means of purchasing their coins. First and foremost, you want to take a look at their team. Take a look at their online presence. Are they on LinkedIn? Do they have relevant experience? For example, are they just the coders who have been doing it for a year? Or do they have someone who's a veteran that has prior blockchain startup experience? Look at whether or not they engage with the community. Some of these projects have a Slack channel and they're very engaged with the community. Some of them are active on their Reddit page. It's a very big red flag if they are completely closed off or if they really don't answer any of the questions and concerns from the community. The second thing to do is to dive into the standard online material that all of these ICO startups should be putting out. One is their code on GitHub. If you can understand it, try to see if it's cloned from another existing project. If it is, then it's likely a scam. Read their white paper, which is where they write their technical specifications. And if you can't understand that though, just type in the coin and then review. Maybe go on Reddit and someone else will have read the white paper and should be able to answer your questions. Go to their website and see if they have a roadmap available. If they do, see how likely it is that they will hit that roadmap based on your educated guess. Take a look at the different media sources that have been talking about them, and if the media sources are legitimate and doing a deep dive and adding some analysis on top of it, or just spewing out the same information that they found on the website. And finally, just get a good feel of the website itself. See if it's very fluffy and don't have any substance. Maybe throw around a lot of different buzzwords, but don't really tell you anything in addition to that. Those are definitely red flags. Stay away from those. Next, you want to take a look at the core business idea. And a very important thing to do is to ask if this company and what they're trying to do actually requires a blockchain, actually requires decentralization. A lot of them really try to force the blockchain technology onto what they're trying to do, but it might be better served not being built that way as well. You also want to take a look at their coin offering and ask, could this be done just with using Bitcoin or Ethereum instead of a brand new coin? Another thing you want to do is to see what stage they're currently at. Are they idea stage? Do they have a product in testing? Or do they have a product already out in the market? This is important because even venture capitalists don't blindly throw around money at companies with only an idea and some fluffy marketing spiel. And so if they don't do that, you shouldn't do that either. Finally, take a look at their competitors. See how likely it is for them to get market share with their new spin on similar products or services. And just see where they fit in that space and if there are other blockchain projects that are similar as well and how those are doing. Next, you want to take a look at the token characteristics. One thing to do is to research whether it's inflationary or deflationary. By that I mean, do the amount of tokens out there constantly increase over time? In which case, your coins will be worth less over time potentially, or is there a max cap on total number of coins ever created, like Bitcoin? I'm not saying necessarily one way is better than the other, but just something to keep in mind. Next, take a look at the purpose of the coins. How do they let you interact with the product or the service? Or is it not even for that and it's just there for like speculation or just as shares, for example? If that's the case, I probably wouldn't buy those coins if they don't have an explicit purpose in the ecosystem. Um, but definitely take a look at that. And finally, look at the legality of using the coins. For example, if it's like a gambling service, then you might not be able to use them. And so definitely do your research on that as well. Next, you want to take a look at the ICO terms. First and foremost, is it capped or uncapped? And how long does it last for you to buy in? For example, is there a max limit of the amount of money they're going to raise or no? And how many days are they going to keep this open for before they shut it and people can't buy into the ICO anymore? Another thing to ask is how much money are they looking for? Because a lot of criticism out there is that people set their ICO caps to be really high or uncapped, and they raise like hundreds of millions of dollars for basically an idea stage software startup. There's no reasonable reason why that kind of company needs that much money in the beginning. That's just really greedy and just not a good idea to give them that much money at the beginning, even if they are genuine about it. Another thing to look at is the distribution of the coins. How much coins are the founding team keeping for themselves? How much of it is going to be bought by what they call whales, which are really big bag holders of coins? And how much is it spread to smaller accounts, like people like you and me are able to afford? The reason why that's important is because if the whales or the founders own a lot of coins, they can easily manipulate the price, or what they call pump and dump, otherwise known as just increase the price greatly and then sell it all, and the price drops to almost nothing. Finally, you might want to see if this ICO offers an escrow. What an escrow is an intermediate party that holds your money or your Bitcoin / Ethereum that you send to the ICO team, and only gives them it as they reach certain milestones. This is a good way of making sure the founders don't just look at all their brand new money, sell it all, and then buy a private island and just run away. But not every ICO offers escrows, so that's something to keep in mind as well. So that is pretty much it. There's a lot of things to consider, but basically the thing to take away is to definitely do your research, be thorough, so you don't get scammed. Thank you. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and definitely click subscribe to support my channel because I'll be putting out a lot more content soon. Thank you.